so we're growing now in the womb. Help me with the time. Ooh. Ooh. Is my watch right? Is it 11:30? Now, yeah, I know, I did 1 hour. They all watching me, you know, because they don't want me to spend myself, you know what I mean? But as long as I'm alive, and our people have a need, and we have what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad gave us to give them, no such thing as getting tired. No such thing. Now look, do we need land? Do we? Do you know at the turn of the century, blacks had over 16 million acres of land in the 20th century, the beginning of it. Did you know that coming out of slavery, black folk set up 60 black towns in America? Did you know that? All black. Did you know that to see a white man with a hammer in his hand was like seeing a naked woman running down the street? It was an oddity. Not so much today. But you would go to the window. Come, look, see. That's how odd it was for a white man to have an implement in his hand of building, because we were the builders. We built the White House. We were on loan to America from the slave master to help build the Congress, the White House. Fine buildings all over America. You were the artisans and the craftsmen that did it. And when slavery was abolished, the white man did not have the skills. We did. Where's your skill level now? We were the carpenters. We were the plumbers. We were the electricians. We were the engineers coming out of slavery. We don't know carpentry today. We don't know brick masonry today. We don't know how to work with metals today. We had all of that coming out of slavery. We built 60 towns. We had over 600 state legislators, 18 congressmen, and 2 senators in the first 10 years out of slavery. Did you hear me? And white folks said, we can't have this. If we allow these blacks to continue like this, they'll take the country from us. That's when Reconstruction, Jim Crow, the Ku Klux Klan, the Night Riders, all of that came into play to push us back on the plantation as sharecroppers. This is just our history. We were betrayed by the government. In the Wormley Hotel in Washington, D.C., February 26, 1877, they got together a plan, because when the Civil War was over, Union troops were in the South to make sure that we would be protected. But in that compromise in the Wormley Hotel, they agreed to draw the troops out of the South that protected us. Yeah. And they also agreed that all the rights and privileges that we had coming out of slavery would be reversed. And did you know that when the unions were formed, it was not formed for you? A Jewish man named Samuel Gompers started the unions, and the union was designed to keep our craftsmen out of work. And then the floodgates of immigration opened to the Jews from Eastern Europe. They came, the craftsmen from Europe, and they got the jobs, and you were pushed out. And here, 140 years later, you do not have black artisans and craftsmen anymore among us as a people. Then they closed down the schools that were teaching us trades. You had a great trade school here in Chicago. It's gone, man. I'm almost finished. Give me a few more minutes. Did you know, brothers and sisters, that they were so angry at our potential rise when we rose up progressively, they sought to destroy us. This is why we are where we are today, not because we're inferior, because a system was set up that you couldn't break out of, because the law, the slave codes, the black codes kept black people in a subservient position where you couldn't own land, you couldn't have business, because land and business would ultimately make us independent of white people, and they always wanted to see us at their foot begging for the crumbs that fell from their table. Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Black folk in Tulsa had it going on. Up and down the street, black business. Black people with pride and dignity in what they had produced under adverse condition. Then a lie was told that a white girl, this precious, pure thing, was raped by a big, burly Negro. You know how they can make that picture look so ugly? They don't even say a young man beat so-and-so up. No, it was a big, black, burly Negro. That frightens other white folk. We got to keep these niggers in their place. So they bombed Black Wall Street. It's the first time a bomb was dropped in America, it was dropped on Black Wall Street. Then they cordoned it off where the blacks could not escape out of it, and as they tried to escape, they shot them down in cold blood, striking terror into the hearts of our men and women. I'm just afraid now to challenge a system that has been put in place to keep you down. We are at war, but you can't be at war with no sense.